G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome all back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing today? What a sunny afternoon. Well, morning I suppose technically. But it's me, your boy, little to no petrol left in the tank, Wombat boy. And just thought we'd have a nice little cheeky conversation now that this whole week's going to be nice and sunshiny and all that goodness. But yes, how are we all doing? Man, I thought I'd have a nice cheeky little small conversation. Now, like usual, I'm unplanned because planning videos, well, that ain't me right now. Not all the time. But I thought I'd talk about some of the things that just give us biker boys the shitty shits, you know what I'm saying? Because they rightfully do. So, you know when you're riding, there's always those little niggly things that sort of just bother you because, man, it shouldn't be that way. So sometimes it could be as simple as someone cutting you off, or someone blocking you in traffic, or something smelling, or, you know, something small like that, alright? So, the first one I'd like to talk about is why are bikers always considered wrong no matter what happens on the road? Now, I mean, it could be anything. If someone does an illegal U-turn and hits you, sure, they might say I'm sorry, but eventually they'll be like, oh, why didn't you see me? Which eventually victimizes themselves, alright? So there's always something that puts you at fault. Now, my favourite one is getting turned out in front of, because everyone says they can't see. It's called inattentive blindness, where they see you but don't register they've seen you, which is a pain in the ass, because fuck, it happens so often. But stuff like that gives you the shits, you know? As it should. So when someone turns out in front of you and just like slams into you, and they go, well, why were you speeding? You go, my friend, I was doing 10 under the speed limit. What do you mean, why was I speeding? So typically you'll see this is when you're on a main road, right? And you see some cunt just speed out of a side street without even looking, and then you're like, ah, yes. So this happens to me pretty much all the fucking time. And they always give you a dirty look like it's your fault. You're like, how? Are you going to do the same thing if I was in a car? Because if you did the same thing when I was in a car, well, guess what? It probably wouldn't end so well for you, because car beats car. Bike loses to car most times, unfortunately. Now, if you hit a car doing 300, both teams lose, but that's a whole different scenario. But yeah, they turn their little asses out in front of you, and then they go, excuse me, what the fuck you doing? You go, brother, please, fucking excuse me, I am in the right of way, you are in my way, bitch. So, man, things like that, they just give you the ever-living shits. Man, do you know when you get that little adrenaline rush when you're almost in an accident, right? When you start riding motorbikes, that goes away because it happens fucking basically all the time. Now, obviously, there will be oh shit moments that make you have those adrenaline moments, but in comparison to cars where someone turns out and you go, with bikes it's, he's going to turn out, she's going to turn it, and guess what? Oh, I'm not surprised. So, it's a whole different world when you're riding bikes, unfortunately. It is dangerous, but man, we love it, hey. But yeah, always at fault. Whether it be turning in front of, or they brake check you, and they go, what are you doing? And you go, sir, you've brake checked me clearly. And they go, no, you were speeding. And you go, well, what do you want from me? So, unfortunately, that's just the reality some of us have to face. But, it's part of the joys of riding bikes, I suppose. Man, always getting yelled at, always blamed for something. It's a damn shame, I see, but oh well, it is what it is. Oh, I'm going a little bit slow. I'm the problem right now. I complained about a few videos ago. Another one that's pretty small on the list, but it's noticeable, and you don't know about it till you ride a bike, sorry, because you don't smell things when you're in a car. And that's, now, one of my positives was the smells when you're riding a bike. One of the negatives about riding a bike is smells, because let me tell you, you go down a mountain road and you see a kangaroo sprawled out across the floor that's been baking in the sun all day. Oh yeah, baby, you smell that, bitch. That's for sure. So, certain smells are definitely not welcomed. And one of the very noticeable ones from my memory is I was stuck behind one of those trucks that carries live cattle or sheep, whatever it was. And I don't know if you've ever done that, but it smells like shit. Literal shit. And it's just like, why am I here? So you just get stuck behind a car smelling feces the whole fucking way. And on that same note, going through the countryside smelling the cow farms, hey, you smell it, buddy, that's for sure. But some of the smells can be great, like going through a rainforest and then you're smelling that all, especially after it's been wet. Very, very lush. But going past roadkill that's been baking in the sunshine, or going past a fucking farm, or going past a literal truck filled with shit, it's good to wake you up, shall we say. Really cleans the nostrils in the worst kind of way. We're just gonna sneak in here. Now this one's not as common in Australia, but it would be pretty common in places like, I don't know, America and shit, where they don't, or maybe even England, where they yell at you. That's cunts that yell at you for lane splitting or block you in. Like, brother, your vehicle is not affected by my tiny little ass thing that's here. Now, it doesn't happen so much in Australia, mainly because it's legal, especially here, but people do definitely try and block you in at some places because they're cunts, and it's a pain in the ass, I'll tell you that much. You go, why? Why have you done this? I'm a small vehicle that clearly fits without any interference to the traffic. I'm gone before you even fucking start accelerating, so what's your excuse for being a cunt, huh? It's a damn shame, it is, but oh well. But yeah, like, you're going down like a backed up road, right? And you go, well, I could easily fit my bike through here without affecting a single person, but old man Stevie McSteve is like, fuck you, I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna just turn in front of you so you can't fucking go. Now, this one doesn't happen in Australia because you'd go to fucking, like, you get fined like a motherfucker if you did, and that's opening the door to try and stop you from filtering. Because old man wants to be a hero and says, you can't do that, it's illegal, we follow law here. Because they got the government's hands so far up their own ass, tickling their fucking stomach at this point, because they want to obey every possible law, even if it's not for their own benefit. Because some laws are great, some laws are just, you don't care about braking. We all speed, we all do stuff like that. But you know what I mean? It's just like, fuck off. Do something with your life besides sucking the government's dicks. Jesus. Oh well. Oh, hello there, biker boy. What are you riding? Nice. But man, some people, they just fucking, they got a stick so far up their ass, I swear to God. I don't know how they get by in daily life. Let's get some petrol before we continue this journey. Nothing but the best for the baby. Oh, I love the smell of 98, baby. Oh, nothing like a brand new fresh tanker petty, mate. Fuck yeah. Very lush. Oh, baby, baby. It feels good to have a tanker petty. Oh, man. But yeah. Whew. Some things, oh, you'll be careful of people like that. See how fast she came to the fucking stop there? That's a big danger, man. Big danger, fucking. But man, there's only one last thing I could think of that annoys us biker boys, and that's flies. And you go down the road and you go donk and you go, for fuck's sake, I just wiped the visor and now there is a fly dead right in the middle of it. That gives me the shits. Now, especially when you're going down the late, like a big stream late at night, like a big country area, and you hit like a moth. God damn, if you hit a moth in the middle of the evening going fast, I've been hit so hard that my helmet literally like flung backwards. That was like, god damn, that would hurt if it wasn't there. It's like getting shot in the head with a paintball almost, but more. So that, whenever that happens, I just want to fucking jump off and punch air or something, because fuck, I'm sick of seeing these bugs, man. They're the worst. Man, there's literally a bus stop like 20 meters from the other one. Why did they have another one so close? But shit like that, dude, it's ridiculous. Some of the things when you're riding, it really grinds them gears. Other stuff, not so bad. Like, look, there's definitely more positives than there are negatives to riding. That's why so many of us crazy fuckers do it. But those little bits that fucking, they get you. And boy, oh boy, they come get you. Oh, I'm getting a new rear tyre soon, thank the Lord. Mine's very, very dull and fucking bald is what they call it. Ah, yes, I too like turning at 3 kilometers an hour. Jesus Christ, that bastard was fucking just stopping in the middle of the road. Some people. Oh, man. Yeah, the drivers, but they never cease to amaze. But that's all I'm looking to talk about with you guys today. I hope you've had a good time. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, and do subscribe. Do it. You better fucking subscribe. But yeah, man, hope you've enjoyed. So do take it easy, keep it cheesy, and let's take this corner before we do anything rash. And as always, peace, baby. Bye.